Realtor Kashif Sohail goes to Baltimore City for real estate showings. He's an experienced buyer's agent and seller's agent. As your seller's agent, Realtor Kashif Sohail will share with you the feedback he receives from other professional real estate agents and prospective buyers who have toured your home. This may include observations on price, condition and other elements. He will then help you determine if adjustments should be considered. Kashif answers the questions promptly. Prospective buyers, especially those seriously considering the property, may ask about homeowners association covenants and obligations, typical utility costs, zoning restrictions, nearby building activity, schools, and whether you would consider negotiating the sale of additional items, including furniture, appliances, recreation equipment, boats, etc. Realtor Kashif Sohail will help you address these questions and provide the buyer's agent with answers in a timely manner. If you're looking to buy or sell in Baltimore City, contact Kashif Sohail. He makes the smooth transaction. Signing the purchase and sale agreement is essential. After agreeing on an offer, both the seller and the buyer will be presented with a legal contract to review and sign. For your protection, Realtor Kashif Sohail will carefully review this document to determine all agreed upon terms, conditions and contingencies are covered before obtaining your signature. While every real estate transaction is unique, there are many common expenses that buyers and sellers will encounter during the transaction. Buyers and sellers should know which party is usually responsible for these expenses. Kashif Sohail, a licensed realtor with years of experience representing both buyers and sellers, advises his clients on what services will be required, when additional professionals should be retained, and where negotiation is possible. Buyer pays for the home inspection, however, it's up to the buyer to go for the home inspection or not. Realtor Kashif Sohail is flexible on showings. He goes for the showings even in rainy days. While buyers understand the need to make an appointment to view a home for this first time, if they ask for a second look, Realtor Kashif Sohail doesn't like to lose them to another property because it wasn't convenient. As a seller, keep your home show ready at all times. Real estate expert Kashif Sohail will share with you the feedback he receives from other professional real estate agents and prospective buyers who have toured the properties. This may include observations on price, condition and other elements. He will then help you determine if adjustments should be considered. Buyers and sellers benefit from Realtor Kashif Sohail's knowledge at every stage of the process. Kashif Sohail combines his marketing expertise and vision to accentuate a property's potential to attract the most interest in his listings. Kashif advises on what to do before putting a home on the market, helps owners determine an appropriate list price based on comparable sales, condition and motivation, arranges for professional staging and photography, markets the property through traditional, social and networking channels, hosts agent tours and open houses, drafts sales contracts, and meticulously coordinates all the elements critical to a successful closing and transfer. What should homeowners consider before putting up the for sale sign? What should they anticipate when it's on the market and during the transfer period? These tips from Kashif will help frame the process and put sellers in the best position to maximize the value of their homes. Real estate expert Kashif Sohail is in Baltimore City for the showings. Can help you a lot. Realtor Kashif Sohail is an excellent buyer's agent and seller's agent. Real estate professional Kashif Sohail is an experienced seller's agent. He understands each offer. He presents all offers to the seller as soon as possible. Even if you get multiple offers on your home, there are many elements to consider in addition to the price. Realtor Kashif Sohail will point out the pros and cons of each offer you receive, including any contingencies, possession timing, financing and other factors, so you can make an informed evaluation. As an expert negotiator, Kashif Sohail will help you determine whether to counter offers and provide guidance on how to respond to any concessions or special terms the buyer has requested. Baltimore is the most populous city in the U.S. state of Maryland, as well as the 30th most populous city in the United States. Baltimore was designated an independent city by the Constitution of Maryland in 1851, and today is the largest independent city in the United States. Baltimore is located about 40 miles northeast of Washington, D.C., making it a principal city in the Washington-Baltimore combined statistical area. Johns Hopkins Hospital and Johns Hopkins University are the city's top two employers. Interstate 83 and Charles Street down to Hanover Street and Ritchie Highway serve as the east-west dividing line, and Eastern Avenue to Route 40 as the north-south dividing line. However, Baltimore Street is the north-south dividing line for the U.S. Postal Service. It is not uncommon for locals to divide the city simply by East or West Baltimore, using Charles Street or I-83 as a dividing line, or into North and South using Baltimore Street as a dividing line. Central Baltimore, originally called the Middle District, stretches north of the Inner Harbor up to the edge of Druid Hill Park. Downtown Baltimore has mainly served as a commercial district with limited residential opportunities. However, between 2000 and 2010, the downtown population grew 130%, as old commercial properties have been replaced by residential property. Still, the city's main commercial area and business district, it includes Baltimore's sports complexes, Oriole Park at Camden Yards, M&T Bank Stadium, and the Royal Farms Arena, and the shops and attractions in the Inner Harbor, Harbor Place, the Baltimore Convention Center, the National Aquarium, Maryland Science Center, Pier 6 Pavilion, and Power Plant Live. The University of Maryland, Baltimore, the University of Maryland Medical Center, and Lexington Market are also in the Central District, as well as the Hippodrome, and many nightclubs, bars, restaurants, shopping centers and various other attractions. The northern portion of central Baltimore, between downtown and Druid Hill Park, is home to many of the city's cultural opportunities. Maryland Institute College of Art, the Peabody Institute, Music Conservatory, George Peabody Library, Enoch Pratt Free Library, Central Library, the Lyric Opera House, the Joseph Meyerhoff Symphony Hall, the Walters Art Museum, the Maryland Center for History and Culture and its Enoch Pratt Mansion, and several galleries are located in this region. Sherwood Gardens, Guilford Neighborhood, Baltimore. North Baltimore lies directly north of central Baltimore and is bounded on the east by the Alameda and on the west by Pimlico Road. Loyola University Maryland, Johns Hopkins University Homewood Campus, St. Mary's Seminary, University and Notre Dame of Maryland University are located in this district. Baltimore Polytechnic Institute High School for Mathematics, Science and Engineering, and adjacent Western High School, the oldest remaining public girls' secondary school in America, share a joint campus at West Cold Spring Lane and Falls Road. South Baltimore, a mixed industrial and residential area, consists of the old South Baltimore Peninsula below the Inner Harbor and east of the old B&O Railroad's Camden Line tracks and Russell Street downtown. It is a culturally, ethnically, and socio-economically diverse waterfront area with neighborhoods including Locust Point and Riverside around a huge park of the same name. Just south of the Inner Harbor, the historic Federal Hill neighborhood is home to many working professionals, pubs and restaurants. At the end of the peninsula is historic Fort McHenry, a national park since the end of World War I, when the old U.S. Army hospital surrounding the 1798 star-shaped battlements was torn down. The area south of the Vietnam Veterans, Hanover Street, Bridge and the Patapsco River was annexed to the city in 1919 from being independent towns in Anne Arundel County. Across the Hanover Street Bridge are residential areas like Cherry Hill, Brooklyn, and Curtis Bay, with Fort Armistead bordering the city's south side from Anne Arundel County. Northeast is primarily a residential neighborhood, home to Morgan State University, bounded by the city line of 1919 on its northern and eastern boundaries, Sinclair Lane, Erdman Avenue, and Pulaski Highway to the south, and the Alameda on to the west. Also in this wedge of the city on 33rd Street is Baltimore City College High School, the third oldest active public secondary school in the United States, founded downtown in 1839. Across Loch Raven Boulevard is the former site of the old Memorial Stadium, home of the Baltimore Colts, Baltimore Orioles, and Baltimore Ravens, now replaced by a YMCA athletic and housing complex. Lake Montebello is in northeast Baltimore. Located below Sinclair Lane and Erdman Avenue, above Orland Street, East Baltimore is mainly made up of residential neighborhoods. This section of East Baltimore is home to Johns Hopkins Hospital, Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, and Johns Hopkins Children's Center on Broadway. Notable neighborhoods include Armistead Gardens, Broadway East, Barclay, Elwood Park, Greenmount, and McElderry Park. This area was the on-site film location for Homicide, Life on the Street, The Corner, and The Wire. Southeast Baltimore, located below Fayette Street, bordering the Inner Harbor and the northwest branch of the Patapsco River to the west, the city line of 1919 on its eastern boundaries and the Patapsco River to the south, is a mixed industrial and residential area. Patterson Park, the best backyard in Baltimore, as well as the Highlandtown Arts District, and Johns Hopkins Bayview Medical Center are located in southeast Baltimore. The shops at Canton Crossing opened in 2013. The Canton neighborhood is located along Baltimore's prime waterfront. Other historic neighborhoods include Fells Point, Patterson Park, Butchers Hill, Highlandtown, Greektown, Harbor East, Little Italy, and Upper Fells Point. Northwestern is bounded by the county line to the north and west. Gwynns Falls Parkway on the south and Pimlico Road on the east is home to Pimlico Race Course, Sinai Hospital, and the NAACP headquarters. Its neighborhoods are mostly residential and are dissected by Northern Parkway. Notable neighborhoods include Pimlico, Mount Washington, Cheswalda, and Park Heights. West Baltimore is west of downtown, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and is bounded by Gwynns Falls Parkway, Fremont Avenue, and West Baltimore Street. The Old West Baltimore Historic District includes the neighborhoods of Harlem Park, Sandtown Winchester, Druid Heights, Madison Park, and Upton. Coppin State University, Mundelman Mall, and Edmondson Village are located in this district. The Baltimore County line binds southwest Baltimore to the west, West Baltimore Street to the north, and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Russell Street, Baltimore-Washington Parkway, Maryland Route 295, to the east. Notable neighborhoods in southwest Baltimore include Pigtown, Carrollton Ridge, Ridgely's Delight, Leakin Park, Violetville, Lakeland, and Morrell Park. St. Agnes Hospital on Wilkins and Caton Avenues is located in this district with the neighboring Cardinal Gibbons High School, the former site of Babe Ruth's alma mater, St. Mary's Industrial School. Also, through this segment of Baltimore, the beginnings of the historic National Road, constructed beginning in 1806 along Old Frederick Road, and continuing into the county on Frederick Road into Ellicott City, Maryland. Other sites in this district are Carroll Park, one of the city's largest parks, the colonial Montclair Mansion, and Washington Boulevard. Housing in Baltimore is relatively inexpensive for large, coastal cities of its size. The median sale price for homes in Baltimore in 2012 was $95,000. Despite the housing collapse, and along with the national trends, Baltimore residents still face slowly increasing rent. Baltimore's history and attractions have allowed the city to become a popular tourist destination on the East Coast. In 2014, the city hosted 24.5 million visitors, who spent $5.2 billion. The Baltimore Visitor Center, operated by Visit Baltimore, is located on Light Street in the Inner Harbor. Much of the city's tourism centers around the Inner Harbor, with the National Aquarium being Maryland's top tourist destination. Baltimore Harbor's restoration has made it a city of boats, with several historic ships and other attractions on display and open for the public to visit. The USS Constellation, the last Civil War-era vessel afloat, is docked at the head of the Inner Harbor. The USS Torsk, a submarine that holds the Navy's record for dives, more than 10,000, and the Coast Guard cutter Tawny, the last surviving U.S. warship in Pearl Harbor. Also, docked is the lightship Chesapeake, which for decades marked the entrance to the Chesapeake Bay, and the 7-foot Knoll Lighthouse, the oldest surviving screw-pile lighthouse on the Chesapeake Bay, which once marked the mouth of the Patapsco River and the entrance to Baltimore. All these attractions are owned and maintained by the Historic Ships in Baltimore organization. The Inner Harbor is also the home port of Pride of Baltimore II, the state of Maryland's Goodwill Ambassador ship, a reconstruction of a famous Baltimore Clipper ship. Other tourist destinations include sporting venues including Oriole Park at Camden Yards, M&T Bank Stadium, and Pimlico Race Course, Fort McHenry, Mount Vernon, Federal Hill, and Fells Point neighborhoods, Lexington Market, Horseshoe Casino, and museums including the Walters Art Museum, the Baltimore Museum of Industry, the Babe Ruth Birthplace and Museum, the Maryland Science Center, and the B&O Railroad Museum. The Baltimore Convention Center is home to BronyCon. The convention had over 6,300 attendees in 2017, and 10,011 attendees during its peak in 2015. The city of Baltimore is bordered by the following communities, all unincorporated census-designated places: Arbutus, Baltimore Highlands, Brooklyn Park, Catonsville, Dundalk, Glen Burnie, Lansdowne, Lockern, Overley, Parkville, Pasadena, Pikesville, Rosedale, Towson, Woodlawn. Schedule a free, no-obligation home evaluation. Realtor Kashif Sohail will meet with you at your home, share recent sales prices of similar homes in your neighborhood, discuss the factors that are driving your interest in selling, perform a walkthrough, and provide recommendations that can add value to your property. Prioritize your to-do list. Determine if you wish to proactively address recommended repairs and improvements, or prefer to have these reflected in a lower listing price. Compile an inventory of home improvements and equipment replacements. List stages and replacement dates for heating and cooling systems, roofs, water heaters and conditioning systems, windows, doors, siding, well and septic equipment, kitchen and laundry appliances, additions and decks. Determine if warranties can convey to new owners, and obtain transfer instructions if applicable. Prepare a list of dates that routine maintenance was performed on fireplaces, HVAC, septic systems, etc.